All right, so this is a really cool studio. One, because they have a grand piano, which if you have a grand piano in your home setup, like that's so awesome. David Lukens is the guy who owns the house. I actually saw him play with another friend of mine you've seen in another video, Sam Hunter, and he is a pianist, keyboard player, and just murders it on the keys. And I talked to him, found out he had a home studio setup. So here we are. I went over, I met him and his business partner, Chris, and they do a production studio with keys, synths. They have the grand piano, the whole thing. And they also do live streams for artists, which I think is becoming more and more popular. So first off, thank you, David and Chris, for having me over to come check out your home studio setup. It is super nice. And again, this is at David's house, but it's in his backyard. It's like a separate backyard building. And it used to be Brittany Howard's house, which is the singer of Alabama Shakes, which is super cool. And it's kind of tucked away, super vibey. I know people just love when I say super vibey. Smash like for super vibey. You follow them on Instagram at East Avenue Studio. Go check out. The links are all down in the descriptions. If you guys like these videos, make sure to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button. And we just about, maybe we have by the time this has gone up, hit 25,000 subscribers, which again is totally crazy. Thank you guys for watching, and let's go check out East Avenue Studio. David?
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
What's your name?
My name is Chris.
Chris.
It's really nice.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Of course.
What was this originally?
When I bought it, it was set up as an Airbnb, but this house before me belonged to Brittany Howard and the Alabama Shakes.
Oh, yeah.
So
nice.
She had built this studio and sort of just took it over.
Dude, that's awesome. That's cool.
Apparently she was an avid gardener too. Can't take credit for this amazing backyard.
Yeah, this is super nice. All right, so you guys have a full-on yard, a hot tub, little hangout area.
Hot tub that is totally up to date. Pretty close to a lot of things. Just
yeah,
at the
man.
end of the streets, the pharmacy and Moss Tacos.
Moss Tacos.
Great spot.
Not too far from 5 Spot.
Yep, screened-in porch deal.
It's cool that you guys have like an outdoor lounge and an outdoor space for when you're trying to get work done in the control room and somebody else is bored behind you.
True. Yeah, this is especially great when it's sunny because it can get hot so easily here in Nashville, but it's nice to just come out and still enjoy the outside air but not be like right in the sun.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Here we have
another hangout room.
Another hangout room.
Yes.
I've got it currently set up as a home gym spot because when COVID in 2020 took place, it was kind of like, okay, I can't go to the gym anymore, so I have to put one in my home.
Yeah.
And this has been a nice little multi-purpose room for that. I have weights, chin-up bar. Had this kitchenette installed, so you can have, kind of a fully self-serving structure on its own.
Definitely a big plus for working in a studio where you're so still for so long.
It's really good to stay active, and it's so easy to just sit down and you're listening to a mix or you're trying to get a part right, and all of a sudden like an hour or 2 hours go by and you literally haven't moved.
Whether that's working out or just turning on the TV or getting outside for a few minutes, whatever your thing is. Try to accommodate it.
This is a massive TV, by the way.
That did come with the place actually, but it was inside.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was inside the house. They were like, we're gonna just leave this TV. It's like, I think I could put it out there.
I love the kitchenette too. My setup is just one room, so having a fridge not in the room is cool, but that's actually like a really nice fridge. Where'd you get that Batman thing?
This?
Yeah.
I got this at the farmer's market.
What?
Yeah.
You can find so much good stuff at the farmer's market. They always have.
I also highly recommend the Nashville flea market when that happens for finds like these.
I just noticed.
Fairgrounds.
I just noticed it's the skyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Batman logo.
Yeah.
Nashville skyline. That's so cool. And then you have this skyline over here.
More skyline. Nashville in its skyline.
And this actually has a little more of a story. We got this fairly recently. And yes, it is quite big, but the idea is that with all of the artists and those who come here to work, we want them to sign it. And eventually it'll be all full of all these great people we've worked with.
Yep.
So you'll be the next one to sign it.
Oh, nice.
Get here without signing.
Cool. And then you can take it with you when you move, so it's not stuck on the building.
Right. I sell it on eBay when I need to sell everything.
Oh yeah. Is this the original lighting and everything in this
So
room?
the track lights, we kind of just went ahead and took some out and left some in.
Okay.
To establish a certain level of track lighting. That was already here. Then fairly recently, we decided to get some floor lights just off of Amazon for this place, and then we can use them on gigs as well, which is nice.
Yeah, which is a plus. The few gigs we still have.
Right.
We will occasionally bring them out. And then you also got the kind of corner lights that can change
These
to any
adjustable
color, which is kinda cool.
corner lights as well.
Was this, what is this, pine? This wood wall, was this like this when you bought the place?
Yeah, that was like this. So this room was definitely designed to be a studio originally. See the corners are cut out as well. And here, the angle of the room.
Yeah.
And it's got plywood or cork floors.
Yeah, cork floors. I think she initially had this as the live room, and then I believe in there might have been kind of the console room. Not positive. But yeah, this is an excellent live room between the floors and the walls and the corners, or lack of corners.
It's cool because it feels like a little, I mean, like you would think like an Airbnb, like a comfortable little house in here. But it is so perfectly set up to record. I mean, with everything you just mentioned, the floors, the walls, the corners, the ceiling at an angle. How's it been working out for you guys?
I mean, so far the recording part has been good. It needed very little treatment to get a good sound out of the room, which is always a plus.
Yeah.
So far we've mostly been doing overdub and virtual instruments, so guitars, bass, keyboards, and we haven't really set it up for live drums yet.
Sure,
We've done some, but not a lot. So for the music production part, do a lot of work with a lot of remote session work right now, and then do production for individual clients.
Yeah.
So I get calls, I lay down keyboard parts.
Yep.
A lot of piano, a lot of organ, synthesizers, and then also build tracks for people using all virtual instruments mainly.
Oh, nice.
And Chris plays guitar and plays bass. This is a relatively new.
This is the newest addition actually to the studio.
And this is a Yamaha DC2. It's got, it came in really good condition. It's got this Disklavier system, which a lot of people know as a player piano, but it's actually pretty versatile because when you turn it on, you can turn it into silent mode. I'll show you this real quick because it's
let's see.
So even though this technology is 20 years old, it's still pretty great. So that's the sound of the piano.
Whoa.
And then you can turn it into completely silent piano. And that happening is actually a speaker underneath.
Oh my gosh.
So it can go all the way silent. So if we're doing live streams or something of that nature, I can run a 1/4 inch from this system here straight to the computer, to the interface without having to make too much noise.
What in the world?
So this is the silent piano function. And that is off now.
Whoa.
Back to silent.
That's
pretty
crazy.
Yeah. And it even has a MIDI in and out, which
It does, and it's a very new piece.
Yeah.
And I'd love to be able to use that more adequately. So if anyone knows how to use a Disklavier with Logic and run Keyscape through it, drop something in the comments.
Yes, please. That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said, how old is this?
This is 20 years old, but the owners who had it before did not play it that much, but they kept it in really good shape.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
So really happy
great
with
too.
it. Shout out to Lane Music for the purchase.
That's great. Cool. So tell me a little bit about this rig that you have here. Is that the whole computer is the MacBook? Is that right?
Yes, MacBook Pro. This is a 2019.
Oh, nice.
Pretty new.
32
That's
gigs
the
of RAM.
short-
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a great
Terabyte of storage. Gotta roll down.
Oh yeah.
And we're running it all through the Apollo X4, which is an awesome interface. And then recently we actually, I actually had the Scarlett Octopre just kind of hanging around.
Oh, nice.
And we decided to use that through ADAT.
ADAT, yeah.
We were able to, now we have 12 channels.
Yep.
So
Sweet.
this room isn't a huge room. And while we have done some drum or kind of percussion stuff, I think 12 is probably
No,
maybe
it's
not-
plenty.
It's
great.
plenty of
Yeah.
inputs for us. So.
I do drums and other stuff, and I also just use 12.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can definitely make that work.
Get a lot done with 12 inputs.
And you said you're using Logic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we use.
Sweet.
I've just always used Logic pretty much since 2007.
Yeah.
That's been my thing.
Yeah, it's a great, amazing music production and recording program altogether. You can also do a lot of video stuff through it too, which
Yeah.
I'm not the guy to ask about that, but I know that you can. I wanted to ask about this desk because this thing looks like a spaceship.
Yes, it's actually called the Enterprise by Studio
Really?
Desk. Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Studio
That's
Desk
amazing.
Enterprise Edition. My favorite part about it is this keyboard shelf.
Oh, it
that comes with it.
rolls.
Yeah, rolls really easily. I was used to working like this,
Yeah.
you know, with the
Yeah.
keyboard always here, but having this has been great.
Wow.
Highly recommend keyboard player, producer friends, get yourself something that does this.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's an absolute must.
Work
for
like
sure.
a normal human being, preserve your posture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't bump your knees, which is great.
doesn't bump your knees. So,
Cool.
Studio Desk.
Yeah, so the company's called Studio Desk, and then this is the Enterprise.
Studio
And it's got
Desk
a
Enterprise.
three rack unit
Yeah,
space.
3 unit built in. I think this one actually came with a separate,
Like a
haven't
sidecar?
found-
A
yeah,
sidecar.
like a sidecar.
Nice.
Just haven't had the need for it yet.
And then it has the built-on
Yeah, the
speaker
built-in
stands,
Speaker stands are very clutch.
and you can spin these, right? These are,
Yes.
That's really cool. And then these are the HS8s?
Yes.
Nailed it.
Nice. Yeah, these are super duper common. Like,
Yeah.
I'm finding most of these videos I'm doing, people are using either the 8s or the 5s. They don't do 7s, do they?
Yeah, I think they do
7s? Oh, nice. That's my...
the 10s.
Yeah, the 10s are obviously awesome, but we actually bought these used when we first moved to Nashville, and they're just a great all-around speaker.
Yeah.
They sound really good, and they haven't let us down yet. So
And you guys, is this like a pack of these pads that you guys have here? The acoustic pads?
Yes.
yeah, we got these from Sweetwater. Shout out Spundy, thanks for hooking us up as always. And honestly, with this room, I mean, because it's laid out so well, there wasn't too much more we needed to do, especially with these curtains.
Right.
But we wanted to add a little bit to the wall, but also to help with the vibe of the room.
Right, right.
And just kind of
Break it up a
really fill it out.
Cool. And you guys are mostly doing like production and instrument performance recordings. Like this isn't a specific, we're a mix studio and all we do is mix hardcore all the time, right?
Yeah, we're definitely more on the novice side of mixing. Our main thing here is definitely doing the music production
Yeah,
and
yeah.
overdubs
Cool.
and stuff like that. So yeah, this is
We both have playing backgrounds.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, this is not exactly your mix central
Yeah.
spot.
But it's perfectly set up if a mixing engineer wanted to use
Yeah,
this space.
absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah, as an aside, I met David from a show a couple weeks ago where he was just completely tearing apart a Nord on stage, and it was like the craziest. I think I even asked you after the show, like how long you guys have been playing together, because when I was there with my friend Andrew, and I was like, this is like, these guys have to have been playing together for like 5 or 6 years or something, and you're like, no, I just met him right before we got on stage or something. I was like, what?
The bass player. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, such good players.
Yeah.
Sam put together a really good band. I felt honestly honored to be part of the band. So
Yeah, well, you guys tore it up. I took some videos, by the way, of the solo you did on Elton John, one of the Elton John songs.
Nice.
Benny and the Jets.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was so
Thanks,
cool.
I'm gonna have to make it out one of these Tuesdays.
Cool. So yeah, super talented players, and what's the video stuff? You said you're doing live streaming?
Yeah, so we do live streaming on Twitch every Wednesday. We also will be uploading those segments to YouTube. All of it's East Avenue Studio or East Ave.
East Avenue Studio.
Yeah.
Okay. Go check them out on Twitch and YouTube and anywhere else you can find them. East Avenue Studio.
East Avenue Studio.
Okay, I'll put links to everything in the description.
Awesome.
And you play bass.
I do play bass.
And
yeah.
anything else? Guitar or anything?
I have been playing bass mostly, but I also do play guitar. It's been a newfound interest.
Yeah.
And has been, honestly, this year has been great for really honing in the guitar skills. And really, I think what a lot of people miss about guitar is that the tones are so important. And this year specifically, and having this space to be able to work on that has been really great. Because
You have your Helix with you?
I do, yeah, actually, it's kind of been hiding in the corner, but this was one of my favorite purchases of 2020, is I got a Helix LT, which is a super powerful amp modeler and just an overall pedal board. And this thing has really changed the game for me.
Yeah.
It's so easy to dial up sounds, and if you want to A/B certain pedals or certain patches, and as we've talked about with the whole virtual thing, I could just plug a 1/4 inch or a mic cable right in. Don't need to worry about bleed or any of that stuff, and it sounds great. And you could save patches and just recall them. So if we're working on something and it's kind of late and it's like, you know what, let's just come back tomorrow and work on it, then just save the patch. I could recall it immediately.
That's one of my favorite parts of where technology is going, even with the universal audio console, where you can save your setup.
Yeah.
Like when you get a whole setup going, you go piano, guitar, whatever, vocal setup, and then just open that up, and then you have your setting saved or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, that is such a cool innovation to be able to jump back into something or overdub something later. I'm a huge fan. Sam, who we were just talking about, was the person who kind of introduced me to this. He uses something, it's a Line 6, it's a smaller version of this. I don't remember the HX Stomp.
Yeah, the HX Stomp. I had the HX Stomp.
Yeah.
And as a bass player, first and foremost, the Stomp was more my speed.
Yeah.
Because it's a little smaller. I mean, as you're not running as many effects when you're playing bass. It's really just kind of the amp modeling. But this year, doing more guitar, the Stomp is awesome, but just you only get so many blocks, and this is much more user-friendly.
Got it.
And just, it has the same power as the regular Helix floor unit. So if you want something that's a little cheaper and a little smaller, this is it's literally just as great.
And that's the Helix LT?
The Helix LT.
Okay, cool.
The relatively quick rundown of instruments we got here. This is the main bass I use. This is an Alien Audio made by Chopper Anderson locally here in Nashville. I've had this for over 4 years now, and this has been my primary bass. It's got the double P pickup configuration, which I think is really cool. It's very versatile. Active pickups. If you want the classic sound, you can go to the front. You want more of the kind of jazzy bass sound, you can kind of go to the back. I actually like it just right in the middle.
Nice.
Super fat sound, and yeah, this thing has been played all
cool.
the time.
Classic green, of course.
Yeah, actually, the funny story with the green and orange is both me and David went to the University of Miami down in Florida. So got the U hanging there. Got the green and orange here.
Nice.
And so that's kind of where that comes from. The only other one I'll talk a lot about is this Nash guitars. This Telly right here with the Lawler pickups, as is stock with all Nash guitars.
Wow.
I personally love having the humbucker in the front. To have something like this and to have a Strat to me, those are kind of to have this humbucker really kind of rounds out the only 2 guitars I have.
Yeah.
So this is still very versatile, and it plays great and sounds awesome. So this is my main go-to, but obviously you sometimes just have to have a Strat. So
How old is that guitar?
this was relicked by Nash Guitars. This is a 2014, but all Nash guitars are modeled after old Fenders, and they always relic them. This is a heavy relic job, as you can see.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's been beat up and ran over by a bus.
Yeah.
But
They call it relict.
yeah,
I was wondering what the, it's
Yes.
like somebody beat the shit out of
Is that what they do to their jeans at Abercrombie and Fitch? Relic.
We're gonna relic
relic the
them.
jeans.
Use this hammer.
So yeah, that's a really special one. And then obviously, it's Nashville. It's a studio.
Oh, yeah.
You need a P bass.
I know.
I have some tape wounds on it. Yes, you're supposed to have flats, but I really like the tape wounds. They're so much easier to play.
Yeah.
Shout out to D'Addario for hooking us up with great strings as always. Just
Alvarez.
an Alvarez guitar, which
I love their acoustics.
they make really good stuff. I bought this maybe 4 years ago, and it's definitely one of their lower models, but honestly sounds really good. And then again, sometimes you need a Strat, and you just need to
I love the Strat. It's my favorite.
booze out on
I
it.
think I have the same sets of pickups in mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had a side gig at Guitar Center for a little bit, so basically I'd go in and I'd work, and then I'd buy something every shift to just take full advantage of the discount.
Of the discount, for
Yeah.
sure.
And then what amp is that in the corner there?
It's a Fender Blues Junior, just kind of standard. We don't really record with it too often,
Yeah.
just because, again, with the bleed and having the tonal options of the Helix. But
Sure.
honestly, when we're here writing or just kind of vibing out, it's really great to have an
Yeah.
amp that's just ready to go. You can plug in, especially if we're just kind of testing out some ideas.
Yeah.
It's
It's
the other thing about the space is it can really serve well as a writing room.
Yeah.
Just a vibe room as well.
what is that, a teal? What color is that?
It's Seafoam Green,
Oh, that's
which
nice.
Ben Miller, actually, who working at Corner Music, was the one who had the hookup on this.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've never seen one that color
Yeah,
before.
I hadn't either, which is why I wanted to buy it.
That's cool.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
a Yamaha Montage 6. So it's the 61 key option. And I love this keyboard, especially for live and for synth purposes. This is basically the evolution of the Yamaha motif.
Okay.
So the next level up from that. And it's got extremely user-friendly options for storing your own patches and creating performances for all you keyboard players who do like top 40 gigs or pop gigs where you need to have all your sounds in order. This is the best one I've found.
Nice.
Like bar none. Great synth sounds, really easy to layer and really easy to switch sounds on the fly. So
Cool.
this is great for that. Then the other keyboard I use in here most often is the Nord Stage 2. They have the 3 now, haven't gotten it yet, but the Stage 2 has great piano sounds, Wurlitzer sounds, organ simulator as well. And sometimes I also use it as a MIDI keyboard for Keyscape, Omnisphere,
Nice.
contact strings, all that.
So on that note, when you're doing production in Logic, what are some of your favorite plug-in synthesizer instruments to use?
Definitely Keyscape, Omnisphere, and then Session Strings is what I'm using for strings right now.
Okay. Is that
Yeah.
the name of the company?
It's
Session
by
String?
Contact.
Contact. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
then
you
I
really
guess-
can't go wrong with those.
Yeah.
Omnisphere itself will keep you busy for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Just learning it.
I get very disoriented with programs like that you can just. I mean, you kind of have to learn them for 10 years.
Exactly. And if you're trying to find something in a hurry, don't recommend.
Yeah.
You'll get option paralysis real fast.
Yeah.
It's a lot of options, but the capabilities are amazing.
Phenomenal sounds too.
Really great sounds.
So is it that just to go back to the interface, you said this is an Octo Pre?
Yeah. The Scarlet Octo.
Oh,
Pre.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Now, what's the difference between
made
the
by Focusrite.
Scarlet and then like the Octo? I guess it's the same thing. It's confusing because I've had the.
So yeah, I know that Focusrite makes two types of Octo Pres. This one, I think when you connect it through ADAT, you get access to the inputs, but not necessarily the outputs. So this one was a little bit cheaper. They make a full version where you get access to both inputs and outputs. So I think that's the main difference.
Oh, what kind of mics are you guys using?
We got a couple different mics. We have an SE 4400, which is a really cool large condenser microphone. It's got a bunch of options on it that let you do a cardioid, a super cardioid. I'm blanking on the name, but I think it's the Omni.
Yep.
The Omni one.
Omnidirectional.
Yeah, the omnidirectional. It's really versatile. I use it sometimes on my upright, and it sounds great.
Nice.
We've even used it on vocals and also acoustic guitar. It's just one of those. I feel like it's a mic that
Very versatile.
yeah. SE Electronics. This is the 4400A.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, you gotta. I mean, it's so you got so many different options and it can do so much.
Was this Audio Technica?
Yeah. This is the Audio Technica
4033A.
Solid. Works on upright. Works on acoustic. Probably not quite as nice as the SE, but you know you can't beat, or you certainly can't go wrong with an Audio Technica.
I think we used to use the 4038 on. You guys aren't doing drums, but on toms.
Yeah.
Which are really juicy.
Oh, I
Make
bet.
it
Yeah.
instead of like a 421 or something.
Yeah.
These are new purchases. We got a couple of these Procasters by Rode. These are very common in the podcasting game, and we use these for our live streams.
These are a great find.
Highly recommend. Good substitute for the
for
RE20?
for your regular. Yeah, it does kind of look like an RE20.
Yeah.
But a lot of people use the SM7B
Yeah.
as a podcasting kind of talking mic, and while those are great mics, they're also pretty expensive, and you do need a cloud lifter or some other preamp.
Yeah.
These retail, I think, for $130.
Oh, nice.
And they sound great.
Yeah.
We also use them for vocals too when we have our live streams, and they work as like an enhanced SM58. 58.
Yeah.
So yeah, highly recommend the Rode Procasters. We might even need to get another one of those.
Here.
And then yeah, our main vocal mic that we use
Oh, nice.
The LA320.
is the LA320 by Lawton Audio. It works great for acoustic guitar too.
And that's a Lautner, you said?
It's a Lawton.
Lawton.
Lawton Audio. LA320.
Is that a tube mic or is that a phantom power connector?
It is.
Does it have a power supply?
It does have a power supply.
Okay, cool. Nice.
I'm not sure if that makes it a tube mic or not, but
Yeah,
I
it
think
usually does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So as you mentioned, obviously we do a lot of in-house production stuff and overdubs.
Yeah.
But another thing we do here is we do live streaming, which is why you see some of the cameras we have set up. We also have a few more that are away for now, but
Right.
we do at least one live stream a week. We do it every Wednesday at 6 p.m. and we feature a new artist each week. And the idea is to give these great artists in Nashville a place to come perform and to share their music with the world. And then we hang out with them afterwards and just kind of have a little chat, a little Q&A, and
Yeah.
it's been super fun, and everyone's been really supportive so far. And they get great video, and of course we run it all through Logic and through the Apollo and all that, and it sounds great. And It's
Wow.
been super fun.
All right.
A lot of new technology to learn, but it's been a good journey.
This
Yeah.
has been the year of learning new technology.
Yeah,
That's
Absolutely,
for
for everybody. What can people book you for? That's a better question.
Overdubs, vocals, piano, keyboards, bass,
Yeah.
guitar, all of that. We're going to be set up for drums eventually.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
just a relatively new endeavor for us, so
Yeah.
we haven't gotten there yet.
We also don't quite have the mics. It's really the
Yeah.
microphone setup. Like
Yeah.
we have the inputs, and we have a great space to do it if we clear this out. But we
Yeah.
need some more mics to make sure it really sounds great. And then on the video side, I mean, we do our live streams, and so if there's any artists in the Nashville area that are interested in being on our Wednesday
Or
show,
doing their own. Of course, they
Yeah.
can book the space for live streams themselves.
Oh, cool.
And it can be booked as a writing room,
Nice.
overall vibe room, writer's retreat. It's self-sustaining. It's got its own bathroom,
Yeah.
and little kitchen area too. So
Where would somebody find this to book it?
EastAvenueStudio.com.
East
yes,
Avenue. Studio.
eastavenuestudio.com, also on Instagram as East Avenue Studio. We're pretty responsive.
Cool.
We both have cell phones.
Cool. And then people can DM you or book
Yeah.
you through that. Is it like a contact you through the website to book, or is it like there's a booking option like right on it, or how's that
You
work?
have to contact us through the website,
Okay.
and it just sends us an email, or you can also send us a DM on Instagram.
Cool.
We're very responsive on that
Sweet.
as well.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you guys for having me. This is a super cool setup, and
Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, man.
This has been really fun.
I appreciate it, and I plan on maybe we could do some stuff together in here
Oh,
in the
absolutely.
future.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Because I definitely have some projects that I could use some talented people like yourself on. So that would be great. Awesome.
more than
Yeah, absolutely.
So make sure to go check out eastavenuestudio.com on Instagram and on Twitch at
And it's East Ave on Twitch.
East Ave on Twitch. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. I'll get out of your hair.
All right.
See ya.
All right.